last on-site webinar promoted within the Open Erasmus project. And I'm very glad to introduce you to Mrs. Agnese Tomasella, who is going to give us some very useful tips and food for thoughts about vocabulary, how to expand the vocabulary in our students, how to work in order to engage and motivate them to produce in both speaking and writing. Okay.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm not sure if I'm using this.
No,
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. And it's a pleasure to be here this afternoon. And I'm really happy to introduce you to some of the techniques that might be useful in teaching vocabulary. So, let's see if I can use. Yes. So, this is what we are going to explore in this presentation today. We're going to explore some scenarios in which we might be teaching in context, so just a couple of ideas. And we're going to explore the power of pictures in vocabulary lessons, the usefulness of videos in vocabulary lessons, so how you can integrate videos and make them useful for you as a teacher and for your students, and then a few just ideas for consolidation of vocabulary in your students, freer practice when they can be relaxed and use the vocabulary without feeling judged or under pressure, and some personalization ideas. As you can see from the introduction, my presentation will be very practical and it's basically a collection of just suggestions of possible activities or tips that you can use in your classroom. I hope they are useful for you and that you can just use them in the future. I know that Adriana was talking over there and it's much more friendly, but I will have to jump and over there and use the computer in a moment. So I'm sorry if I'm standing here, but of course, I hope you can hear me and see me. Okay. First of all, I'd like to know something about you, and I'd like to get to know you a little bit better. So I have some questions for you, just a couple. Just raise your hand if the answer to the question is yes. First question would be, are you a language teacher? Can you raise your hand? Okay, so we have the majority. Which languages do you teach at the moment?
English.
English? All right. Any other language? French. All right. All the tips that I'm going to share are, of course, useful in any kind of language teaching. So hopefully you can make use also in your French lessons. Second question is, are you a teacher of other subjects? All right, what do you teach? All right, so hard stuff. Oh, thank you. What about you? What do you teach?
Information technology.
Okay, so very specific.
Yes.
And somebody else raised their hand? So in that case, even more specific. So I hope that these tips might be used, but of course they can also be used in this kind of very specific kind of approach. So whether you are a language teacher or a teacher of other subjects, probably you have seen this word. Good. So I'm not going to ask, raise your hand if you have seen it. I can see a lot of heads nodding. That's why probably we also have subject teachers here. I use the term word, but this is not actually a word, it's an acronym Do you remember? I know it's difficult. So prepared. Good. So you know exactly what it means then. Content, in this case, as we know, stands for specific subjects, and language, of course, includes any second language or foreign language. So it's not the first language that we are using. However, any other language that to our students is second or foreign is included in this kind of approach. And we integrate. So, as I said, CLIL is an approach. This is a very short definition that I'm going to show on the screen. CLIL is an approach for learning subjects through a foreign language, teaching the subject and the language at the same time, so simultaneously. Now, I'd like you to take just a minute to talk to the person next to you and answer these questions. So, keeping in mind the short definition that you can see on the screen, what, in your personal opinion or personal experience, are the benefits of teaching CLIL lessons? Just talk to the person next to you for just a minute, and then I know that you have used Mentimeter with Adriana, so just scan over there and write your personal answer, whatever you feel is the answer for you. Anything goes. Okay. Talk to each other. And when you're ready, write your answer. I'm going to check everything is okay with the presentation. Ready, just write just a sentence or more if you feel like it. Okay, thank you. That's a good point. CLIL can help students enjoy school subjects which are considered boring. Exactly. Maybe this kind of approach with a different language and a different technique might interest students more. The most important benefit is that students learn twice as fast. Yeah, okay. Two things at the same time, and they also save time. Good. It helps students to understand difficult technical subjects in an easy way. Yeah, technical subjects, science and STEM are actually a big focus of CLIL, so definitely. Okay, let's see if somebody else wants to add something else. And then I will show you a list of benefits that are considered the basic points or basic ideas for learning through CLIL or teaching CLIL. Anything else? Okay, I'm going to share here they are. Let's see if they're similar to what you said. So, integrates content and language learning. You said two things at the same time. Exactly. Promotes language acquisition through meaningful context. You said something that is usually boring might not be boring through CLIL because it's meaningful. We're going to use this word a lot, so keep that in mind. Exactly. It makes sense to them. Okay. And enhances students' cognitive and academic abilities. Yes, you said they learn twice as fast. Yeah, so that's an enhancement. They practice more than one skill at the same time, and probably this ability will be useful in their future. Encourages cross-cultural connections. Maybe we didn't have this one in our list, but basically another important focus of CLIL is that you help your students being global citizens. So you make them able to interact with other cultures and be part of the world through language and through the learning of other subjects. Okay, good. So, now the practical part starts. I'm going to just share with you an overview of some steps that you can consider when you plan a vocabulary lesson, if you are a language teacher or if you are a teacher of other subjects. These steps can be adapted to different situations, whether you are a CLIL teacher or not. In order to continue, we have to consider that the steps that I'm going to show you are actually based on this concept that you see on the screen. Now, let's play a little game. As you can see, there are some missing words. Take a moment to read the paragraph, and at the bottom you see the 3 possible options. I'll give you a second, and you tell me where you think these words should go. Okay.
And the context is the second graph, and the meaningful is the last one.
Thank you. Well done, super fast. So, in order to make a lesson effective, vocabulary cannot be taught in isolation. In isolation means, today we talk about this. This is the list of words you have to learn. How interesting. So, you have to present a context. A context makes everything more real and more relatable, something that students can see as something that can be part of their life instead of just a random word that they see on paper. Meaningful is connected to context. Something meaningful is something that has got a meaning, of course, that you can translate, but most especially, it's something that they can connect to their personal experience, to their life. You will probably remember something that is connected to your life rather than a random information about something that doesn't really interest you or you have never seen before and you're not going to use in the future. So meaningful and context are our 2 main foci in this case. Okay. Providing context is the first step, considering what we have just said. Now, how can you provide context when you cannot use vocabulary, because we said we cannot give lists of words that they are not interested in, and maybe you need to help them also with the language. So what's something immediate that you can use to introduce context, a situation that you want to talk about? Pictures, exactly. And also short videos, exactly. They have so much potential in the classroom. Exactly. So, why pictures? Guess what? I'm going to show you through a picture. So, what's the man's job? Bricklayer, exactly. Or a builder, exactly. So he's building something. And how did he get to the windows there? Scaffolding. Thanks to the scaffolding. Thank you very much. Exactly. So if you have to build something, you have to have a structure, you have to have some tools that help you get there. And probably after this little session, when you think about the word scaffolding, you're going to think about this picture. So that's what your students will do. They will make associations. Imagine you don't know the word scaffolding. You might have said, yeah, he's using this kind of stairs or this structure. Yeah, absolutely, he's using that. And you know what's that called? Scaffolding. So they will connect that. So we have shown the picture, and then we have shown the word. And I asked questions. I didn't say what scaffolding is, but I asked questions. So, to recap, pictures are really good for the introduction of topic. They activate background knowledge. You have seen scaffolding in your city for sure. You know what they are, what they're used for. So yeah, I feel like, yes, this is something that is connected to my experience. Pictures help associating new vocabulary item with the meaning. Now you know that scaffolding is what we use in a specific context, which is the context of building. Imagine, of course, that you didn't know the word scaffolding. And of course, pictures that make everything memorable and relatable. We said meaningful before in our little exercise. So memorable and relatable. Relatable is similar to meaningful. Memorable is something that probably you will remember as a fact of your life. So we're going to use these words again in the future. So keep that in mind. Okay. Step one would be providing context. So we know that pictures are a good way to go. So imagine from this point on that you are students, and I want to introduce a particular context. And together with the context, I want to introduce the exact word for that topic that I want to teach my students. So, imagine your students, so react as students. We have some beautiful pictures. This is how you can start. What do these pictures have in common? On you go. What do they have in common? Okay, good. Water, sky, green, land. Somebody said land. Okay. Green, the color green, that usually is connected to plants, forest. Oh, you said nature. So they all show different types of nature. And they are all, let's say, outdoors? Okay, so we can confirm that they all show natural places and they are all outdoors. So all these pictures represent something similar that we call landscapes. Exactly. So are landscapes found indoors or outdoors? Outdoors. Very good. Can you see only natural elements or also things built by people? Oh, you can see a lighthouse. Very good. So we can confirm then, from what you noticed, that landscapes are things that we see when we are outdoors, and they can include natural and also non-natural elements. Very good. Did you notice what we did there? I didn't give the word immediately. I asked you to talk about something connected to your personal experience. Have you seen that? And when we found the definition, I didn't give you the definition. Landscapes are things that we see, and there are also non-natural elements. If you start giving definitions, your students are going to shut down whatever. So they found the definition. This particular technique is called MCQs, so meaning check questions. So when you plan your introduction of context, try to plan, instead of giving definition, plan asking questions to your students. That helps. They will remember because they gave the right answer. So that's what also connects with the experience of learning. All right, good. So we have the first step. Use MCQs and just show pictures to introduce the general context. Now, step 2. We introduce the context, but now I want to make it meaningful. So I want them to understand more, and also I want them to remember, to connect to this kind of experience. So, this is something that you can do. Talk about yourself. You notice that the topic is actually science, geography. However, if you want them to be connected, what's the best way to do it? Rather than talking about yourself, your experience. So you can go back to the pictures and ask, have you ever been to one of these places? What about you? Have you ever been to one of these places? In general. Which one have you been to more frequently? To the seaside. Mm-hmm.
To the lighthouse.
Oh, right, okay. Was it a good experience going there? In the mountains as well. The other questions we can ask is, were you on holiday? And what did you do? What did you see? How long did you stay there? Exactly. So if I ask these personal questions, what do you think that can come out in terms of vocabulary? What do you think? If I ask, how long did you stay? What did you see? Holidays, travel. Do you think we can also see if our students know some of the words? Yeah, we can investigate. Exactly. So they are connecting. Yes, I have been there. You know, that was the best experience of my life. But then you can also check. Okay, they know the word seaside. Very good. They know the word mountain. Fantastic. Good. I can use these words. So you are investigating. Of course, if you want, another way to make vocabulary meaningful but also memorable is making them play. So setting challenges. Students tend to be very competitive and they love a challenge. Against each other, against the teacher, whatever. So we're going to play a little game now in which you try a type of challenge. It's very simple, but maybe it can give you inspiration on the type of supports that you can use online when you set a challenge with your students. Okay, this is the challenge. How many things? Let me just set the challenge for you first, in just a second. Okay. This is the challenge. You can play in couples if you want, so you can help each other. How many things in the pictures can you name in 3 minutes? You can scan the code and write down your answers. I'm going to count the time. Keep track of the time. Okay, just a second. Can you see everything? I'll make sure everything is working. We have 2 minutes left.
screen it says responding is off. Please wait for us to the receptor to allow the response.
No problem.
On the right side,
Yep.
responding is off.
Now it should be off now.
Yeah, it is.
And now it's on. So you should see the button. Oh yeah, we have something. Did you manage to do that? Great. Okay. Okay. So let's see what you have. Of course, we have the new word that we have learned, landscape. We have green, snow, hill, sky, cloud, tree, mountain. You can see it big because many people saw the same one. Sea, many people saw this word or this element. Shore, cliff, foam. It's very specific, well done. Whoever went for that word. And wave. All right, very good. So if you use a word cloud like this, they can also see maybe if they have something in common with the other groups. Oh, a lot of us could see the mountain, or only one person probably wrote foam. Well done, you. So this is what you can do then. You can ask them, now, are your words in the list? So it's an extra challenge. Did we have the word mountain? Yeah, we did. Did we have the word sea? We have it. The word beach? Yes, we also had a similar word. Shore, very good. This is a good opportunity to say, look, they're very similar, so you can connect. So basically, if you have stronger students than others, maybe some of them use more advanced words, you can use this comparison. It's anonymous, so you can also do it in a way that doesn't make weaker students feel that they can't do that. And you can see, oh look, we have a similar word, shore, so it's similar to beach, and so on. Of course, you can continue with many other examples. Okay. So, setting challenges really helps make the experience memorable. Probably they will remember that they played this game, that the other team probably went for a strange word that they learned is similar to beach, and so on. So it will enrich their vocabulary without you doing much, and they can actually support the other people in the class. Okay, so consider that we have introduced basic vocabulary with that game, or maybe they have shared what they already know, so you have investigated. Now, consider that usually in a clear lesson or in another type of lesson, you might need to introduce more complex vocabulary. So, how do you do that in a way that is not just a random list of new words? You can set another challenge this time, but this time you're going to use the background knowledge, so what you know that they already have. For example, we use the word beach, we use the word sea, and you can create a definition quiz. So you're going to use definitions, and you're going to use the new words in the definitions. So the definitions will include the background knowledge that they have, plus the new word. So you are helping them learning new elements in a way that is less confusing and a little bit more focused on the meaning and the definition. So for this activity, I'm going to show you a kind of support that you can use. However, I might need maybe 2 volunteers because this game can be played online in teams. However, only 8 players can play, and probably today it's a little bit more than 8 players. So can I have 2 volunteers to play this game? Can I choose randomly? Can I ask you to use it? You just need your mobile phone. Yes. All right. If one person can stand here and one person can stand here. Who else would like? Could you please help me with this one? Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, so did you get the code? Give me a second so I can change. Okay. All right. Let me know when you are on the game page. Can you see it? Great. Okay, so now you can see this on your mobile phone. You can enter the game code that I'm going to give you in a moment, and you can choose a name for your team. Usually we play in teams, so it's not just one person. This is the information that you need. So the game code is the one at the top, and then you can choose a name. I'll be right back. Okay, that's good. Are you in? Okay, I can see. So if you use this website, which is called BuzzIn, you can create a game on the moment. So you don't need an access, you don't need an account, and you can create a game code. And when your students get in, you can see their names. We have Open Team and Mariaus. Both of you? Are you joining the game? Fantastic. Good. Yes, great. Why don't you play together then? And you play together. That's great. Okay, probably you can also stay there if you want to. Probably. Okay, great. You can see the buzzer. You can stay there if you want. Can you show the green button that you have on your mobile phone? Okay, can you show the green button? Okay, your students will see this green button. Can you press on the button? You got it? Now, it's a buzzer. So I can, as a teacher, I can see who was the first person to buzz. Etzius. Who's Etzius? Etzius was the first person. So you don't choose randomly who has to answer. You can see the game tells you who was the first person. Are you ready? You will see the buzzers going green again. Be careful because they are very sensitive. Okay. Now it's green. Okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to give you the instructions for the game. Listen to the definitions until the end. So don't press the buzzer before I finish talking. Students always do that because they are competitive. Then, of course, if you know the answer, push the button. To give me the answer, this is what you have to do. Repeat the last word that I say in the definitions and tell me the number of the picture I am describing. For example, if the last word is beach and I'm talking about picture 5, you press the button, you say beach and then picture 5 and I give you the point for that. Okay, hopefully you can see the pictures well enough. Okay. Is everybody ready? That's good. Are the buzzers green? Good. First definition. A tall vertical mass of rock touched by the sea is called a cliff.
Cliff, picture 2.
Very good, that's correct. I can see that Etius had the right to talk first, so 1 point. Good. We need to be faster. Okay, next. A wide, flat area of land, the opposite of a mountain, is called a plain. Exactly. So I'm going to go for Maria's because they waited until the end. Which one is a plain?
A plain picture number 4.
Well done, correct. Okay, we do the last one? Oops, sorry. Okay. Clear buzzers. Something built by people, which you can see in landscapes, is called a man-made feature. That's just.
Feature, picture number 7.
Exactly, that's correct. Okay, so the winner is Etius. Thank you. Well done.
Next time,
Revenge. All right. So, of course, we played the game. We are teachers. We might know all these words, but imagine a student playing the game, wanting to get the points. They have to repeat the last word, which is the word that they don't know, but they will remember that word because they won a point for that, or they lost a point for that. So this is a way to make something more difficult, like specific vocabulary, cliff, man-made feature, and play, more memorable. They will probably remember after that lesson. Okay, so that was... So, to recap, why did we do all these activities? We have activated background knowledge, so we have seen what our students, we have tested what our students already know, and we have helped them use what they already know to learn something more. Foster collaboration. You maybe worked together for the word cloud. They can talk to each other. They don't have to talk to the teacher all the time, or the teacher doesn't have to talk all the time. And we have motivated them to get interested in the topic because we have talked about their experiences. If they visited these places, we played together. There was a challenge. We won points. And we made new vocabulary memorable. Okay. Now, we have used pictures. We're going to have a look at how to use videos to maybe introduce more complex concepts. So not only single vocabulary items, but maybe something that needs a little bit more of concentration and understanding. Usually complex contexts are considered the boring part of a lesson. So a good way to help your students get in the mood is to use prediction tasks. Even if your students don't know anything, and even though they are sure that they don't know anything about geography, they want to prove themselves and they want to show that they know something. So prediction tasks are good to create that kind of connection to the context and the complex information that is coming. So this is an example of a prediction task. We're going to watch a video after this task, but imagine that you don't know the words, but you try to guess. What creates cliffs? Wind and waves, hot temperatures, or vegetation? What do you think? Okay, you think it's wind and waves? Okay. Of course, in a class you can say why, so depending on the level of your students, they can also explain if they can. But if they cannot, okay, so you think that's what creates cliffs. Man-made landform include lighthouses and villages. Is it true or false? Okay, you can ask them why. Oh, well, I can see man-made. Okay, makes sense. Inland landscapes include beaches and cliffs. Do you think it's true or false? You think it's false? Okay, because we say inland, so you can ask these questions, of course, you can investigate. Okay, now your students are sure that they know. Maybe they have never seen the word man-made or the word inland, but they want to guess. They are interested. So let's have a look if your ideas are actually correct. This always makes students pay attention. Oh, let's see if you are right or not. So we're going to watch a video now that will give us the answers. Okay. I guess reject all. This is the platform that Adriana was talking about, the one about CLIL and the IB model platform that was introduced earlier on. Okay, let's see.
Landscapes. What is a landscape? It is any shape on the Earth's surface known as a landform. The various landforms that we have came into existence due to natural processes such as erosion, rain, wind, and weather conditions such as ice, frost, and chemical actions. Types of landforms. Coastal landscape. The coast is where the ocean meets the land. The wind and waves cause erosion that reshape the shoreline and can cause cliffs and arches. Inland landscape. This is a part of land situated on the inside of another area of land. Natural inland landforms consist of mountains, valleys, hills, etc. Man-made island landforms include lighthouses and villages. A cape is a piece.
Okay. Do we have the information that we need for the prediction task? We do. So, what creates cliffs? Were you right? Was it letter A? Yeah, very good. You said the second one was true.
Yes.
Okay. It is, well done. You said the last one is false. Confirm? It is, well done. I know that from a teacher's point of view, this kind of activity might seem, well, of course, that's how clips are created. But they imagine that they don't know these words. They found information in a video and they confirmed that they were right, that their reasoning was right. They will remember it more instead of you saying, clips are formed and then give the definition. So that's even more relatable. So prediction tasks always work, even though they might not know all the complex information that is needed. Okay. So the video continues. So you can have a look at the platform. The video continues with more information about different geographical elements and landform formation. So it continues also with more information about specific words. So something that you can do is pausing after a definition and asking MCQs, the meaning check questions. So don't give definitions, just ask and check that the information they got is right and it's clear. So why did we use videos and prediction tasks? We use them to encourage interests. Prediction tasks spark curiosity. They don't need to know, they need to be curious, and they will get the information because they want to. Conceptual understanding. Videos visually explain complex concepts. You don't need to do that. Videos can use the aid of visual stimuli, auditory stimuli, all at once, and they are more engaged. And of course, you can pause, as I said, and build strategically the specific vocabulary. Building the vocabulary bank that we were talking about before. Okay. Step 5, consolidation. Now, our students have been introduced to a context, they have learned a few words, they have used some words that they already know. Consolidation, as you can see, is the time in which the new things that they have learned should become theirs. So it's not something that is just a random information that they are receiving, but is part of what they really know. For this reason, consolidation comes after games that we do together, but it should be done individually. It's time for them to reflect and just work on their own, see what they remember, test themselves, basically. I don't know if we have the time to do that, but I'm going to show you an example of a consolidation activity. Here is the link, but it's exactly the same as the one of the video or the one that Adriana shared before. A type of consolidation activity is this one. If you're using the video that I showed you, just click on the button Start, and a picture quiz will appear. So this is a good consolidation activity. They have to test their knowledge and again match pictures to words, which is what we are focusing on. So we can do the first one together. Which one is a coastal landscape? The one on the left or the one on the right? On the right, exactly. Which one is the island? The one on the left or on the right? On the right. And they go on. They can do that on their mobile phone, you can just show them a QR code. They can do it on their mobile phone, on their own. If you want, they can also help each other if you notice that you have weaker students, but that's a great individual activity that they can do just to build confidence and memorize words in a more meaningful way. Okay. So, consolidation, they are sure, hopefully, about the new vocabulary that they have learned. So it's time for freer practice. Consolidation is usually done individually. Freer practice is usually done in couples, so not big groups, not a lot of noise. It's just you and your partner. You don't feel under pressure because you don't have all the eyes of the class on you. You're just talking to one person and you're having fun because we're doing a picture dictation. Now, do you have pen and paper? The people who have got pen and paper, I'm going to be your partner and I'm going to dictate something for you to draw. So we are drawing. I'm going to use the words that I have just learned in geography. Okay, are you ready? So, draw a rectangle, because my picture is a sort of rectangle. My picture is an inland landscape. At the bottom of the picture, there is a big lake. Go simple, don't worry. Behind the lake, there is another inland feature, which is a forest of trees that look like Christmas trees. So behind the lake. Behind the forest, this is a word that you can see in the video, there is a long mountain range. Not one mountain, but many peaks, one after the other. Behind the mountain range, there is a big mountain, one in the center, covered in snow.
No, non mi farà una foto, ti prego.
And I promise that's it. Are you ready to see the picture? Let's see if the original is similar to what you wrote.
No, 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 no.
Look at this.
Quella è fantastica.
You see? It's the same.
It's exactly the same.
It's the same.
So, imagine I am a student. I have used some specific words, inland landscape, mountain range, which was in the video, we couldn't see it today, lake, forest, covered in snow. Also, we have used also some words to put things into perspective, so behind that, in the front of, these are other things that sometimes they might be useful in field lessons. And you, as students, have practiced listening with your partner. So one person was practicing speaking, the other person was practicing listening. So we have activated other skills with picture dictation. It's called freer practice because you can do different things in a more relaxed way. And we use many skills at the same time. Now that we know what the vocabulary bank means in general. The last step is personalization. Do you remember that we said it has to be meaningful, connected to their experience? That should always be the main point. So this is an example of personalization. Personalization is usually something that you can either do in class or it can be a project or it can be set as homework. So it's something that they do on their own or with a partner, but you give them more time, so not necessarily in class. This is an example which was included also in Adriana's presentation. Students watch the video again, they can watch it at home and use the vocabulary. They have to now, you have to tell them, you have to use the new words to describe their favorite landscape. So we have specific vocabulary, that's one rule that they have to respect. They have to use the new vocabulary now. However, they will use it to talk about something that they feel connection with. Your favorite landscape, what makes you feel happy, amazed, why? So you can describe that kind of landscape or scenery. So, with follow-up activities, you can help consolidation because they use the vocabulary. It's meaningful, it's connected to what they feel, and you can also, this is an opportunity to integrate your subject with subject taught in your school, another subject taught in your school. For example, we were talking about literature earlier on, so maybe they can use geography words plus words connected to feelings and emotions, things that they have seen in a literature lesson, maybe studying a poem or a novel. So they can combine the two things and you can work together with other students or other teachers.
Thank you.
All right, and that's it. Hopefully that was useful to you. Thank you.